I would say that what has gone out for polling is not the way the town would go about it. So what's been presented as polling, in terms of the Europe Lake property, none of that came from the town.
Correct. Would you like to have this go back to Parks and Properties to chew on?
It has never, it can go back to Parks and Properties.
I
It
think we
hasn't
should
gone
do
to
that.
tech either.
And it hasn't gone to tech either, John, and I think.
Oh,
it-
Tech needs to
and-
definitely take a look at it.
And I would suggest that there be a meeting of the minds between Parks and Property and tech, because there might be tech aspects of this that are not included as well, for us to consider that way.
Okay, all right, we will refer it back to Parks and Property. Going on to 17.
Okay, so what came out of the tech committee, the last tech committee meeting, in which Nate did attend, and so I was hoping John might say something about if I need you for a tech talk, that you could address some of this. But, so these four other locations came out of the tech committee. I'd like to point out that with the exception of the possibility of the North Fire Station, all of these properties are private properties. They are not town, they're not town properties. And these are property and property owners that Door County Broadband is already working with. The location at the north end of Town Line, I believe requires equipment.
Right.
That's where they are there. And Door County Broadband is, this is a critical location in terms of the network, the backhaul, working, which I throw that word out, I really don't understand exactly what that one means. But in terms of the entire system, the Sand Bay vicinity is already an old existing tower location from the Rick Gordon, RickNet years. I'm not exactly sure when that one first went up, but they're looking at being able to put up a new tower, new equipment on there. And same with Woodcrest and Old Stage. Door County Broadband is talking to those people
Okay.
that are interested. So it's a matter that with these four and the Europe Lake area, we have 5 that we can look at. And we'll get more details on that through Door County Broadband.
Okay.
You know, this was kind of a go-ahead, so they're doing whatever measurements and such that they need to do to get down to exactly what they're going to need for that. Engineering specs is kind of what they're after at this point.
Well, the point is that the grant covers 3 towers. So in order to get those towers in before the grant expires, we expanded the locations that we were looking at towers. And a lot of the recommendations came from Door County Broadband. These were the areas that they felt were underserved. So they were working on the logistics of those sites, you know, and how much equipment had to be put out, the size of the towers and all that stuff. But, you know, we're only looking to put 3 towers in under the grant. So we have an option of 5. But the final recommendation should come to us at the next tech meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, that's where we sit at it before we lose the grant money.
Does Door County Broadband have specs on how many potential people would be served from each site?
Well, that's what they're working on for us now, because going back 3 or 4 years, when the tech committee was first formed, we got coverage maps from you know, DCB showing us where the underserved areas were.
Yeah.
And the you know, the tech committee I picked a couple of locations, and then they did put one on Mink River Road that was on the town property. But there were a number of locations, north and south, in the town that had underserved areas. And DCB was working on, you know, how many people that they would actually get as subscribers to make this worth their effort. But, so that's why we have the 5 sites, hopefully to get 3 of them and get the equipment ordered and to get everything in place. But DC Broadband does owe us, on the tech committee, some feedback as to your question, who's gonna be covered, and how many people are gonna be covered, and the overall cost of it all.
And the plan right now is to be able to have that information, those specifics, on Thursday, the 9th. We have a tech
Right.
committee meeting scheduled. And Door County Broadband was going to have all their measuring and whatever they need to do to narrow
Kathy,
that down.
and I may have missed something, but other than the fire station, you mentioned that the other 4 that are listed here, the other 3 that are listed here are all privately owned?
Right, these are all on
Well,
private property,
wouldn't-
those others.
Wouldn't the homeowner have the final say? In other words, where does the town come in getting involved
Well-
if the homeowner,
The homeowner has to give approval.
Right, right.
but I'm saying, do we
Yeah.
need to?
No, this will actually come up when we get all the specs and we can narrow it down to then spending the money out of the grant, correct, Janet?
That's why it's coming, that's why the
Right.
board has a say in this. It's grant money plus our money
Mm-hmm.
that the board is approving to spend.
Yeah.
So whatever contract they work up with the property owner is their
Right.
contract. It's, do you want to spend town money on these locations?
Is it as it was in the gravel pit location? Is that money the town spends that's going to come back to the town, or are we subsidizing a private business?
This is grant money, we won't get any rebate
Right.
from these locations. One at the fire station, we could, but for these locations, no, they're private.
And-
privately owned.
Correct me if I'm wrong, John, but my understanding is that by these property owners allowing the tower on their property to have greater use, that changes the equipment that goes on these.
Right.
Is that correct? So that it's not just, yes, they're getting their own service, but they're also allowing equipment to go up that will be more broadly used, and that's where the grant money would then
Right.
come in.
My
And
question
Back to your
is,
question.
yeah,
MWTC, Town of Liberty Grove, and Door County Broadband all put money in the grant application, and the state
see.
said, okay, they will match that.
It's
Okay.
dollars spent helping your citizens.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Okay, so what the tech committee is looking at right now is the board just to say, okay, these,
Proceed,
yeah.
looking at these locations.
Okay, I'll make a motion to proceed, to approve the recommendation of the Technology Committee for additional potential tower locations as presented.
Second that.
Any other discussion?
So, for the gentleman, for example, who spoke about the Woodcrest Road, Old Stage Road intersection, it really would be up to the landowner on that intersection.
Correct.
It's not like the town saying,
No.
you have to do this.
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Anything else? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commercial launch pass, anybody?
Yes. We currently have 2 commercial launch passes, one from Door County Adventure Rafting, Matthew Olson. His fee has been paid, and he has provided us with a certificate of insurance. And then we have a second one from Beacon Marine LLC. The owner is James Matson, and his fee has also been paid, and he has provided a certificate of insurance.
Any questions? I'll make a motion to approve the commercial launch passes.
Second,
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Operator license. Stacy?
I have one operator license. It's a renewal for Brian Quackenbush. He's planning to work at the shoreline, and his fee has been paid.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator license.
I'll second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Committee appointments. I will ask that the various committee chairmen communicate back if they have people that they'd like to see on any of their particular committees. And I'm going to make the following nominations for the Plan Commission. Nancy Guys for chairman. A 3-year term for Ann Miller. Lou Cavazos, Bill Serbaugh, Paul Bulkelman, and Paul Schwengel.
Yay. I'll second that.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We do need somebody on the board to volunteer to be appointed to the fire board. I suddenly hear everybody running for the door.
I'm already on it.
Yeah, I know.
You need another?
Pardon?
You need another?
Yeah, we need a
Yeah,
third.
I'll volunteer for that.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
All right, I'll make a motion to appoint Kathy to the fire board.
3 o'clock on the 15th.
Is there a, wait a minute, is there a second?
Second.
AM.
All in favor indicates by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Correspondence.
Other than the 2 letters from Homestead, we have a invitation to a meeting regarding Door County's affordable housing issues and potential solutions. Tuesday, May 21st, 6:30 at the Sister Bay Village Hall. Wednesday, the 29th, Sturgeon Bay High School. Thursday, May 30th, Southern Door High School, all at 6:30. That's all.
That's a record.
I debated not doing that one.
Okay, future meetings.
Wednesday, the 8th, special board meeting at 6 o'clock, closed session on the treatment plant. The 9th, tech committee, 7 o'clock.
But then the 7th is not the utilities?
No.
Oh, utilities.
Oh, Sister Bay Utilities on the
Well,
7th.
Sister Bay, yeah,
Yeah.
at 7:30.
7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
on the 7th.
I don't have it on the calendar here for some reason. Monday, the
I think
3rd.
we're correct on that.
It's usually the second Tuesday, and that
Oh,
would be the
that's right.
14th.
That would be the 14th.
Well, we better check on that.
Yeah, we better check.
Monday, the 13th, Highway Committee, 8 a.m., opening bids for paving and chip sealing. Tuesday, the 14th, Library at 1 p.m., Parks and Property, 9 a.m. Wednesday, the 15th, Board of Review, 6:45, meet and adjourn to a later date. Town Board at 7, Fire Board at 3 o'clock.
Looking at the calendar online, utilities is scheduled for the 14th.
Is
It is the 14th.
Okay.
Hall is closed on Monday, the 27th.
I had one question. With Board of Review coming up in, we don't need it by the May 15th date, but by the August date, or the potential August date that will be set, Paul and Kathy have to do training, because neither of you have had the training before, but I wanted to bring it up here because the other board members are welcome to attend. So if you want to just contemplate an idea, a time to do that training, you said.
Before the
Bigfoot?
15th?
No, not before
Oh,
the May.
not.
But before the time we reconvene.
In August.
In August, okay.
And you come here and you watch a video and you take a test.
We did go through it.
Yes.
We did go through it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the Board of Review is being adjourned to when?
It's typically August. We don't have a specific date. Do we?
Nothing written here.
Oh,
I thought it was August first, it's on the motion, or the
Notice?
notice. Yeah.
okay.
Well, you got open to come and do that.
Town Board, June 5th, and that's it for now.
Okay. Before I move to adjourn, I will share with you Oliver Wendell Holmes. Quote, "I find the great thing in this world is not so much where we stand as in what direction we are moving." End quote. I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.